Today, we dive into one of the most shocking, unexpected, and deeply layered celebrity relationship stories coming out of Atlanta. A drama so intense that even longtime fans of Real Housewives of Atlanta are saying they've never seen anything quite like this. This is the full, extended breakdown of the situation involving Todd Tucker allegedly refusing to leave Kandi Burruss's house and preparing to fight for it in court. And trust me, the deeper you go into this story, the more it becomes clear that this is not just a simple disagreement about property. This is about respect, marriage, money, power, insecurities, control, and the massive empire that Kandi Burruss has spent decades building from the ground up. This is the kind of story that makes you sit back and realize when celebrities share their lives on reality TV, we see only a tiny portion of what is really going on behind closed doors. And sometimes, the real drama is far more explosive than what makes it to the screen. To fully understand why this situation has spiraled into lawyers, legal filings, and heated behind-the-scenes arguments, we have to start at the beginning, back when Kandi and Todd first crossed paths. Their meeting seemed like fate, two smart, driven, ambitious people connecting during the height of the Real Housewives of Atlanta production years. Kandi was already a household name, a Grammy-winning songwriter, a member of Escape, a successful entrepreneur, and one of the most business-savvy women in the entertainment industry. Todd was a talented production manager and producer who, unlike many men who enter the lives of wealthy women, actually had a career, a resume, and ambition of his own. Their connection felt real. Fans rooted for them. The storyline of Kandi finding love again after heartbreak was beautiful. But even then, even in those early days, the seeds of tension began sprouting. Let's talk about Mama Joyce, a force of her own, beloved by fans for her larger-than-life personality, but also infamous for her strong opinions about Todd. From the beginning, Mama Joyce didn't trust him. She didn't like the way he moved, didn't like the way he talked, didn't like his financial situation, and wasn't convinced that Todd wasn't just there for the money. She said it on camera. She said it behind the scenes. She didn't hold back then, and she still doesn't. Mama Joyce believed Kandi deserved someone equal to her, someone who could match her success, her financial power, her fame. Todd, in her eyes, simply didn't fit that mold. And whether fans agree or disagree with Mama Joyce, her voice played a major role in the dynamics of Kandi and Todd's entire relationship. When the family disapproves, it changes everything, sometimes permanently. As the years went by, Kandi and Todd built a life together. They married, they had children, they built businesses, from restaurants to production companies to reality shows. On the surface, everything looked like a power couple living the dream. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming. Fans noticed moments of tension on camera, disagreements about finances, conflicting creative visions, arguments about parenting, complaints about each other's work ethic. These moments were small, but they were consistent. Kandi was always portrayed as the hard-working hustler, the woman who never sleeps, always grinding, always creating. Todd, on the other hand, was often shown trying to carve out his own lane, sometimes feeling overshadowed or underestimated. Some fans saw him as a partner trying to keep up. Others saw him as a man bitter about being in the shadow of a superstar wife. Fast forward to now, and those cracks appear to have erupted into a full-blown earthquake. According to insiders, the current drama began when conversations surfaced about property division, home ownership, and who has the right to live where. The house in question, allegedly one that Kandi purchased long before Todd came into the picture, has become the epicenter of a heated, emotional standoff. Sources say Kandi wanted Todd to leave the home, whether temporarily, permanently, or as part of a separation process depends on who you ask. But the key point is this: she reportedly asked him to move out, and Todd, according to these same sources, absolutely refused. Now, imagine the emotional intensity of a moment like that. Your spouse, someone you've built a family with, a business with, memories with, tells you that you need to get out. For Todd, that request reportedly triggered anger, shock, and resentment. From his point of view, he believes he's contributed to the property, contributed to the marriage, and contributed to the family. He believes that after years of building a life together, he deserves to stay, not be pushed out like a tenant with an expired lease. And that belief, it's allegedly so strong that he's prepared to fight in court for his right to remain in the home. But let's dig deeper, because this situation becomes more complex the more layers you peel back. Some insiders claim Todd feels disrespected, that for years he has been painted as the less successful partner, the one who came into a wealthy woman's world instead of creating a world together. They say Todd has been trying to step into his own identity, start his own projects, and be seen as equal, but that Kandi's team, Kandi's family, and even Kandi herself haven't always recognized him as a true business partner. According to these reports, the house is symbolic. It's not just about the physical space, it's about being valued, being seen, being respected, and being equal in a marriage where one partner holds significantly more financial power. On the other side of the story, Kandi's camp allegedly feels something very different. Some sources claim she has felt unsupported, drained, and tired of carrying the financial weight. They say she believes Todd has benefited enormously from her platform, her fame, her wealth, and her opportunities. They say she has always taken care of her family, and that Todd refusing to respect her boundaries regarding the home is deeply upsetting to her. If this property is one she owned independently before the marriage, her team reportedly believes Todd has no right to claim it or occupy it, especially during a period of relationship tension. And then there's the legal angle, the part of the story that fans are dying to analyze. Experts online are already discussing marital rights, property ownership rules, prenups, and how courts handle disputes involving assets acquired before marriage. Some speculate that Kandi's prenup with Todd might play a major role here, if it exists the way fans assume it does. Others argue that if Todd contributed to renovations, maintenance, or business use of the property, he could still have legal grounds to stay. In celebrity marriages, nothing is ever straightforward. Everything becomes a negotiation. But the most surprising element of all, the rumours that this home dispute isn't a one-time argument, but the culmination of long-term issues that have been building for years. Some insiders claim this moment has been coming for a long time. They say the emotional distance, the business disagreements, the financial arguments, and the ongoing tension between Kandi's family and Todd finally collided in one explosive confrontation. When marriages reach this level of stress, physical space becomes a battleground. Who stays? Who leaves? Who has control? Who has the power? And in this case, Todd allegedly feels he is done being pushed around, done being treated like he doesn't matter, done being told he doesn't have a place in a home he's lived in for years. And Kandi? She reportedly wants peace, clarity, and control over her environment and assets. Two people with two very different needs, and now lawyers may have to sort it out. As social media reacts, fans are fiercely divided. Some argue Todd is absolutely right for fighting. They point out that men are rarely expected to leave the house in marital disputes. So why should Todd? Others argue Kandi is protecting herself, her children, and her finances, and has every right to decide who lives in a home she bought with her own money before the relationship even began. TikTok is full of heated debates. Twitter is on fire with accusations, theories, and speculation. Instagram comment sections are a war zone. Everyone has an opinion, and everyone believes their take is the truth. But the truth, the real truth, only Kandi and Todd know what's happening behind closed doors. And in time, whether through a statement, a legal document, or a public appearance, the world will learn how this story ends. For now, one thing is clear. This situation is far from over. It's the kind of Hollywood meets reality TV drama that keeps unfolding, keeps twisting, and keeps shocking fans as new details emerge. With court filings looming, emotions rising, and the fate of their marriage hanging in the balance, all eyes are on Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker, waiting to see who makes the next move. Stay locked in, because every update from this point forward is going to shake the internet.